My name is Zach and I have 11 cars, and if you're anything like me with a fleet of project cars like this, you know that it's important to stop the bleeding and stop the cost and somehow recoup some of that and turn that money around to come back towards me. Well, Turo is the exact option for that, and well, for you and me it might seem easy. We go out, we go on Turo, we buy a dream car like that AMG Mercedes or a Nissan 400Z, and we just throw that bad girl on Turo, we drive it when we want, and everybody thinks we're cool. But it's not quite that easy. There is a little bit of a science that comes into it, and I'm going to show you the absolute biggest mistake that everybody makes when they get into Turo, and then I'm going to show you the absolute answer so that you can leverage a lot of Turo's benefits into a lot of your benefits so that you don't need to share that awesome new car, and the solution for that is closer than you think. This is the single biggest mistake I see new Turo hosts make. New cars fetch the best daily rate, but they depreciate the fastest. The average luxury car will depreciate as much as 60% in the first 3 years. Let's do the math. You buy a $57,000 Mercedes C300 all-wheel drive, and then 3 years later, the value range of that car is $35,000, meaning $22,000 disappeared into nothing. I found a 5-year-old C300 all-wheel drive with 38,000 miles for $22,000, a loss of $37,000 in 5 years. The reason this is important is that if you're paying for a car and the goal is to make money, the margin between what you're paying and what you're making needs to be as big as possible. That depreciation averages out to over $600 per month you're paying and is disappearing. If that car is rented out for 20 days a month, $31 of each day is subtracted because of that depreciation. So, what's the answer? Well, the answer isn't going out and buying a brand new Mercedes. The answer is a cash car like that. So what exactly is a cash car? Well, a cash car is something that you pay cash for and it pays you cash back. Pretty simple. Imagine you pay $5,000 cash for something, and in the first year it pays you that $5,000 back. You still have the car and it's still making money. That AMG Mercedes is closer than ever, and I won't have to share it with anyone. Just keep in mind that cheap cars can still have expensive problems. The way you can avoid those is by not buying a Kia with the engine issues, anything with a CVT, and being aware of common issues with the Ford Power Shift transmission. You'll see a lot of these cars in your price range. So let's go inside. I'm going to show you guys an extension you can use. It's free. I don't have anything to do with it, and this isn't an advertisement, but it helped me a bunch, and I can show you how you can pick the absolute best cash car for you. The biggest thing we're going to need here is to look up Turo Stats. That's an extension for Chrome. I've already got it, but that blue button right up there, you'll be able to click that, add it to your Chrome, and then pull up Turo. We'll just go ahead and use my current location here in Salt Lake City. I always like to book these out for about a week when I'm doing my research, just so I've got a 7-day window, because days like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are not going to be as valuable as days like Saturday and Sunday, and I'm looking for that average. You can see stuff off to the side and kind of some of those prices and where they are. But if we go down to the bottom here, we'll go ahead and click the show analytics, and we can go through a lot of information here. Now, this top 10 most commonly listed models in this area, it's showing a Chevy Trailblazer, BMW X3, Toyota Sienna, BMW X1, Jeep Wrangler, Tesla Model 3, and then some of the pricing in the area, 25 to 49 per day, 50 to 74 per day. And then this shows kind of the breakdown of what year of car is the most popular on the platform. So it is a little front loaded on the newer side. And then you see a little bit there, the 2014 to 2019 for some of the entry level hosts. Then you've got your customer analysis here. There's a lot of information, but this shows kind of what types of cars are being used and how many trips there are. You can see the renter's choice and what the most popular vehicles are. A lot of these are just going to be those medium or small crossovers. People absolutely love them. Then you can see how many people are renting what here. 2022 seems to be the most popular. Coming down here, we've got the host analysis and what most people have, as well as who's got the most. We have one big heavy hitter here in Salt Lake, 43 cars on Turo, absolutely crazy. I've been keeping an eye on him. He's got a lot of Nissan Rogues, but you can see some of the recommended vehicles on this market via the extension here: Chevy Cruze, Tesla Model 3, Honda Accord, and then all the minivans are Chrysler Pacificas because they look the newest and they are the cheapest. Dude, look at this thing, dude. Hell yeah. Mullet, dude. All right. You got some snow on her, dude? Hell yeah. All right, let's do a walk around and a check-in here. And we'll take her home. Should be ready for the next one. Hell yeah. Looks fairly clean. I really should have... Oh man, look how dirty the tires are. Gosh, I really wanted to spray them with the tire shine. That probably would have protected them a little bit. All right, so you can see here we're on ksl.com. This is the local classifieds website for new and used cars in my area. Your thing might be different. It might be Craigslist or something else, but if we go and see that there are 64,000 listings on here, and that's not going to work. So let's go ahead and get down into our cash car price. 6,000 sounds about right, and then we'll be able to talk some people down. We'll go up to the 2014 or newer, and then we just need something with 130, 120,000 or less miles and clean title. See, there's a lot of rebuilts in here. Almost half of these are unspecified or rebuilt. You can tell some of these are going to be crashed, but let's go ahead and sort by price, low to high. This BMW, I can tell, I recognize their format. That car's going to have problems. This one's crashed. So let's scroll down here until we get into the $3,000-ish range. Now, these Fiat 500s, they pop up quite a bit. They're not as reliable as the Fiat 500, just the little baby one. This one says 500 pop. That's a 500L. You see the Sentra right here. These come up in this price range pretty often because they have CVTs and they are notoriously unreliable. So for intents and purposes, I'm going to assume that we're spending about $5,000 or $6,000 here. That's kind of the entry level that I see as far as anybody's availability to get into a cash car when they're starting Turo. So we're not seeing a lot of crossovers here, which means we need to go down a bracket, and we're going for an economy car. Patriot right here, a lot of these have CVTs, but some of them have 6 speeds. And looking through here, the Leaf, that's going to be an electric car. So you can see how it's pretty slim pickings down here. We got this Ford Focus. We'll pop that open. We got this Hyundai Accent. We can pop that open. These Jeep Cherokees are not known to be super reliable, and I personally think they're ugly, so I don't want them on my street. Here's another Versa right here. So you can see if we come over here, we've got this Ford new clutch and transmission. Okay, so that's actually a really good thing. Let's see here. So the power shift module in these, yep, that's an automatic. So these are really common to have issues with their power shift module, and that is basically a twin clutch that's managed automatically. So this is actually probably a pretty good buy. $3,800, not a big deal. It's going to go right on Turo, and we're looking at a Hyundai. These, the 1.6s and the 2-liter engines are pretty common to have issues here. Maybe it'll show it's the GDI. Yep, the GDI engine. So that one's going to be subject to an engine recall, and I certainly don't want that blowing up out when someone's renting it. So we're taking that off the list. We got this Nissan Versa here. 2014, 1.6 fine engine, clean title right there. Perfect. Yeah, this would be a really good option too. Let's just make sure that this isn't... Oh, there we go. There's where it is. So it's going to need the bumper repainted. No way that's going on Turo like that. Going to need a pretty good clean on the inside. These are CVTs, so there is a little bit of risk involved in something like this. It could work great for a month and then just absolutely crap and roll the bed. So now that we know what some of the absolute cheapest options are going to be, let's go ahead and look at what the common options are once we're done with that. We're going to go on an adventure, you and me, and we're going to see if we can find ourselves another cash car. And then, hopefully, we'll see if it gets a trip. Let's go. This is going to be a Fiat 500. I've got these all listed here. You can find these cars for $5,000 to $6,000 pretty commonly. As long as it's an automatic, these have a Toyota automatic transmission. They have a huge cute factor, and most people are renting these things just so they can get a cute car to get around town. They really like them for the novelty, so you're going to get pretty responsible people that care about the car. The Mitsubishi Mirage is another big option, though people have really noticed these recently and their prices have been going up. Used to be able to get them for between $3,000 and $5,000, but as you can see right here, if we just search by mileage low to high, let's see what the cheapest one we can find is. There's $5,000 right there. 2,000, but that's over mileage. 5,000, that's a generic picture though, so who knows what it looks like. The prices on these have been going up. They do have a CVT and they require about a $300 or $400 service every year or two, so they do have a little caveat there. Kia Souls are really popular. They are subject to the Kia engine issue. They may have a problem, but it is under an extended warranty, so they can get to 150,000 miles or 149,999 and still get replaced for free. But they're really reliable. People seem to really like them. They're popular on the platform. Here's the Pacifica. These are where you get into the really expensive cash car. These Chrysler Pacificas are awesome. They're great cars. They're reliable. They got a 9-speed transmission. Vans stay super busy. People love them. If you're somewhere where there's an international airport nearby, you're going to have families coming in or people with luggage. Next up is going to be a Prius. We've already got a Prius right here. So here we have a 2015 Toyota Prius. Oh, rebuilt title. Boom. You got to keep an eye out for those. I am vigilant. I got an eagle eye for them. Let's see. Here's a 2014 government outlet vehicle. So very basic car. Not going to have a ton of options. But nonetheless, it's going to be a Prius with a good record. And it's going to last a long time. We got $9,999, 129,000 miles right on that cutting edge. And so without showing you guys, I've actually found something kind of interesting. Let's go and go for an adventure, you and me together, and let's see if this is something that we can make work for very, very cheap. Well, it's another day. We've got the Sonic right there and the van across the street. In 2 days, both of them are going to be gone. So I thought maybe I ought to go get myself another project, further expanding our Turo adventure. So Ashley and I are going to take the Subaru and go up to Bountiful to look at potentially it's another Sonic. All right, so we are in the Sonic. I just drove it. Now Ashley's gonna drive it. There's the backup camera doesn't. Oh, holy cow. This thing has some freaking torque coming off the line, huh? I guess the tires are 30 years old, so probably attributes to some spinning, but this one has a little latch right here. So this one pretty equal to the other Sonic, I feel like.
Yeah, equal. Like the other Sonic, the outside looks a lot better, but the inside doesn't look as good. But then this one, the outside doesn't look as good, but the inside looks way better.
Yeah, I really like the brakes in these. They're really confidence-inspiring, you know?
Yeah.
So a couple little repairs probably needed, but like this is, I think the interior of this is nicer. The exterior of the other one's nicer. Like, look at that. This is looking good, which is bad, so cool. in the Subaru. We struck a deal, $2,700 for the Sonic. I mean, it'll need a couple little polish ups, but she's good. She's Turo said the VIN number's good.
I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay.
So we just went and got the cash. They have to charge us, because they're a dealer, they have to charge us for the sales tax at, you know, the point of the sale. So we'll pay that, and then we'll be set to go. And yeah. So we're here with the Sonic, but this guy's got some cool ass cars, dude. Look at these things. Little Chevelle action over here.
17.
Wow.
So this car I built, and that was my best car. Anyway, last season we ran. I finished 5th place, but I missed one race. I would have been in 2nd place again.
Oh, because it's like tiered and bracketed.
It is, yeah, dude, on that.
This guy had some Rocky Mountain Raceway trophies in his office, and story after story after story on all of the cool cars he had. But eventually it came time to say, cool, thank you. You have a great night, bud. All right. Oh, we got us a second Chevrolet Sonic. Look at that. All right. Watch it just. It is the next day, and boy heck, has this gone smoothly. We got the temp tag for this, and I went to the DMV with the purchase paperwork for this car. It already had emissions on file, so that's sweet. On top of that, we had the emissions for the other Sonic, so now we've got plates in the mail, and we can just whatever. There, how about that? All right, it's cold, that I don't really like sticking, but that is a temporarily tagged little rig. Now, I'm a little bored today, and I'm wanting to do something sort of fun. I don't really want to go and do anything silly. I'm tired of working today, so I think we're gonna make this bad girl look way better like this. Hood polishing. hood polishing. We're doing this ghetto style. And you can actually see the hood here. I'll throw some contrast on here just to point it out, but you can see the hood is, the paint is really thin here, so we are not going very far with this. We're just asking for, you know, to get kind of the dirt layer off of there, and then wax. We'll throw it back on. The actual repair for this hood is just to simply repaint it. That paint is way too thin to be actually saved, but in the spirit of this being a rental car and it's going to be treated as such, we just want to make it better. Look at that shine. We'll take the trunk and do the same thing. Pretty quick and easy, and it's a good way to just make the car look better in pictures and give that confidence of ownership for the people who've got it for a week or two. And it's Friday, so this car has its first trip on Sunday. We're gonna drop it off at the airport pickup for the first one. Let's go on over to Sunday, and we're gonna drop this off at the airport, and then we're gonna talk about what's the actual equation? What can you take away from this so you can decide what car is going to be best for your first cash car on Turo. It is not Sunday, it's Saturday. The person messaged me and said, hey, I'll be there in a few hours. Is that gonna be okay? I was like, it's Saturday, but sure. And they said, I can't change my trip. So I changed my notification so they could book it and change it to be today. And now we're on our way to the airport.
They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Please scan access card or press the screen for a ticket.
Then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a voice.
All right, so we've got our key in here. How we can lock it. And then boom, boom. The only reason I've got the little tails thing in there is because I actually don't have a spare key for this car yet. So, like, do not lose it, lady. The next day, I am just leaving the airport right now, and I've got the van and it's back from a trip, so I won't show you the check-in stuff. You know how to do that. You've been watching the channel for a while, and if you haven't, you're gonna hit the subscribe button. You're gonna love it. We got other Turo content and all kinds of build stuff, but at the end of the day, you clicked on this video because you wanted to know what was the best vehicle you can buy for Turo. Well, the answer is it depends. First off, before anything, I would not finance something for Turo, right? If you need to finance something, keep it, say, under $3,000 and pay cash for the rest. It's gonna be about $100 a month payment. It's not gonna be that big of a deal. You don't wanna be responsible for something exorbitant while you're trying to make money, right? Owing money is going to kill a business faster than anything. It's gonna kill your margins, and it's gonna make you not wanna do it. So, there's that. So your first bracket here is gonna be the cash card, right? We talked a lot about those in this video because almost everybody who gets on Turo, they're starting out with that $5,000 budget and they're thinking like, okay, what can I get for cash? And the answer for that, Fiat 500, the Ford Focus, if it's had service to the power shift module, or you can do a Mitsubishi Mirage if you get lucky, but they have a CVT and they require expensive maintenance. Those are gonna be your easy ones to get into if you've got $5,000. If you've got $10,000, this is where you're gonna see a lot of variation, where you're gonna see a lot of junky versions of $15,000 and a lot of really great options that are, say, really low mileage $5,000 cars. Say a Fiat 500 with 18,000 miles. You know, they're gonna list it for 9 grand. So, the $10,000 car, I'm gonna suggest probably a Toyota Camry or Prius if you can get one. Mazda 6 is gonna be great, but if you can get into that crossover with a reliable, something like a CX-5 or 3, something reliable as a crossover, that's probably gonna be your best bet. If you got $15,000, I'm gonna highly suggest you get into something not super nice, right? I would suggest realistically getting an economy car and then one of the $5,000 and then $10,000 cars. Having 2 cars is gonna make money a lot faster than having one nice car. And if you have a $15,000 car, like say you get a good deal on an Escalade or something like that, you're gonna have great income, but the minute you need, say, a headlight or something like that, boom, $1,000 gone. Transmission, boom, $5,000 gone, and the car's down for a month. You lose all your earnings, bunch of canceled trips. It's just gonna be a bad time. So the answer is start with an economy car. If you can afford it, get a good quality crossover. Don't do like an Equinox or a Traverse or something like that. Try to get something Japanese and then go from there. This has been Team Rocket Garage. Again, hit the subscribe button, comment below if I missed something, and I'll see ya in Turo video number 3. Deuces.